said Sunday on ABC as well as NBC's Meet the Press that he expects the whistleblower to testify very soon. The Washington Post, September 29th. In an appearance on ABC News this week, Schiff echoed Pelosi's message. He also said he expected the Intelligence Committee to hear from the whistleblower very soon, pending a security clearance from Acting Director of National Intelligence Joseph McGuire. In the Huffington Post, Schiff told ABC's this week that
tear through the hearing room as Rep. Elise Stefanik stares down Adam Schiff and exposes his own contradictions, proving that in politics, the rooster that crows the loudest is usually guarding a lie. Stefanik's voice cuts like steel, Schiff goes silent, and the room freezes as every quote he once celebrated comes back to bury him. This moment becomes the turning point, the kind that reminds America that truth is a lion. It needs no protection once released.
Thank you. Since the chairman has gavelled out all of my colleagues with their unanimous consent, I am going to read for the record many of the chairman's comments in September of the importance of hearing from the whistleblower. Again, Ambassador, thank you for your patience, thank you for your service, but since we haven't been able to conduct ourselves in normal procedures, I'm just going to use the 5 minutes for this. September 29th, in the Wall Street Journal, quote, the whistleblower at the center of the impeachment investigation of President Trump will testify in the House very soon. This is a quote by the chairman. USA Today, September 29th. Talking with ABC News this week, Schiff, the Democrat who chairs the House Intelligence Committee, said the whistleblower would testify very soon, and the only thing standing in the way was getting security clearances for the attorneys representing the whistleblower so they could attend the testimony. From Vox, September 29th, Rep. Adam Schiff said Sunday the whistleblower at the center of a growing scandal surrounding President Donald Trump will testify before the House Intelligence Committee very soon. On CNN, September 29th, Schiff said Sunday on ABC as well as NBC's Meet the Press that he expects the whistleblower to testify very soon. The Washington Post, September 29th. In an appearance on ABC News this week, Schiff echoed Pelosi's message. He also said he expected the Intelligence Committee to hear from the whistleblower very soon, pending a security clearance from Acting Director of National Intelligence Joseph McGuire. In the Huffington Post, Schiff told ABC's this week that he expects the whistleblower to appear before this committee very soon. In the New York Post, quote, we'll get the unfiltered testimony of that whistleblower. In the Washington Times, quote, that whistleblower will be allowed to come in. These are all quotes from Chairman Adam Schiff. In Talking Points memo, the question was posed, actually this was by George Stephanopoulos, have you reached an agreement yet with the whistleblower and his or her attorneys about coming before the committee and providing the information firsthand? Quote, yes, we have, Schiff responded, and as DNI McGuire promised during the hearing, that whistleblower will be allowed to come in without a minder from the Justice Department or from the White House to tell the whistleblower what they can and cannot say. We'll get the unfiltered testimony of that whistleblower. In Daily Kos, we're ready to hear from the whistleblower as soon as that is done, and we'll keep obviously riding shotgun to make sure that the acting director doesn't delay in that clearance process. In CNBC, we'll get the unfiltered testimony of that whistleblower. In Market Watch, House Intelligence Committee Chairman Adam Schiff said Sunday that an agreement has been reached under which the whistleblower will testify before the committee very soon. I can keep going, but again, the chairman refused to allow us to put these into the record with unanimous consent. So I've read those out, and as we know, it is important to protect whistleblowers from retaliation and from firing, and we want to make sure whistleblowers are able to come forward. But in this case, the fact that we are getting criticized by Chairman Adam Schiff for statements that he himself made early on in this process shows the duplicity and just the abuse of power that we are continuing to see. With a minute 54 seconds left, I'll yield to my colleague, Mr. Jordan.
Senator Schiff.
Mr. Patel, early in this hearing, Senator Durbin asked you about the January 6th choir of inmates whose song you promoted, and here's what you said. I did not have anything to do with the recording. I did not have anything to do with the recording. Do you stand by that testimony, Mr. Patel?
Senator, what I said was I didn't do the recording.
You said you didn't have anything to do with the recording, which is interesting because here's what you told Steve Bannon on his podcast. So what we thought would be cool is if we captured that audio and then, of course, had the greatest president, President Donald J. Trump, recite the Pledge of Allegiance. Then we went to a studio and recorded it, mastered it, digitized it, and put it out as a song now releasing exclusively on the War Room. We. If you had nothing to do with it, Mr. Patel, why did you tell Steve Bannon and all his listeners that you did?
That's why it says we, as you highlighted.
Yeah, and you're part of the we, right? When you say we, that includes you, doesn't it, Mr. Patel?
Not in every instance.
Well, that's new. So when you said we, you didn't really mean you. Is that your testimony?
Not unless you have a new definition for the word we.
Oh, okay. I always thought we included the person who pronounced the word, but maybe not. Well, you also said this, Mr. Patel. We were able to capture the recording thanks to their courageous singing, and we were able to take it to a studio. So let me ask you, Mr. Patel, after saying we took it to a studio, did you take it to a studio?
Me personally, no.
After you said that we digitized and recorded it and all that, did you take it to a studio and digitize and record it?
Me personally, no.
Okay, so you were lying to Steve Bannon and his audience. Is that what you're saying?
No, I was using the proverbial we appropriately, as you've identified.
The royal we. Oh, I see. And so you certainly promoted the hell out of it, though, didn't you?
I don't know what that means, but I promoted the heck out of raising money for families in need.
With promotions on social media and saying you were going to get this to #1 on the billboards, right, Mr. Patel?
I think it did.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Isn't that great? People who violently attack police have a #1 song thanks to you, Mr. Patel. That's something to be really proud of. Now, you've claimed, Mr. Patel, you didn't know about any of these people in the choir. Is that right?
I did not know about the violent offenders, and I did not participate in any of the violence in and around January 6th.
Tell me, Mr. Patel, what due diligence did you do to find out who was in the choir before you promoted their beautiful music? These people who assaulted law enforcement. What due diligence did you do?
Senator, I didn't record it myself.
So you did no due diligence before you promoted this song by these violent felons. Is that what you're telling us?
Senator, I did not record that myself.
So you're being considered for director of the FBI. And here you did no diligence to find out whether people you were associating with now the President of the United States in song were convicted of attacking police officers. Is that who we want running the FBI? I want you to turn around. There are Capitol Police officers behind you. They're guarding us. Take a look at them right now. Turn around.
I'm looking at you. You're talking to me.
No, look at them. I want you to look at them if you can, if you have the courage to look them in the eye, Mr. Patel, and tell them you're proud of what you did. Tell them you're proud that you raised money off of people that assaulted their colleagues, that pepper sprayed them, that beat them with poles. Tell them
Stepping into that hearing room felt like walking into a storm everyone knew was coming. All eyes were locked on Adam Schiff, and every breath in the place carried the weight of the contradictions he'd been running from. The thing about politics is simple. When you weave too many threads of deceit, eventually the fabric rips in public. That rip happened right in front of me. Taking my seat, I could feel the tension tightening like a rope. Schiff avoided eye contact, flipping through his papers like they could shield him from the truth he once bragged about. The moment the chair's gavel dropped, the air froze. I leaned forward, ready to pull back the curtain he'd been hiding behind. The second my microphone lit up red, the room went dead quiet. I read out his own words line after line, date after date, quote after quote, every media appearance where Adam Schiff proudly claimed the whistleblower would testify very soon. The irony was thick. He tried to shut the quotes out of the record, but a politician who fears the record fears the truth. And today, the truth was coming in loud and clear. His face tightened as I listed his statements from The Wall Street Journal, USA Today, Vox, CNN, The Washington Post, The New York Post, and more. Every outlet carried the same message. Schiff promised the testimony. Schiff guaranteed transparency. Schiff bragged about it. But suddenly, he wanted to pretend none of it happened. Each time I read another quote, the room shifted. Members leaned in. Staffers froze. Schiff's eyes darted downward. Silence can be deafening, and in politics, silence often screams louder than words. Schiff's silence was a confession, and everyone heard it. By the time I reached the Stephanopoulos exchange where Schiff admitted an agreement had been reached for the whistleblower to provide first-hand testimony, the truth hit the room like a hammer. The very man accusing others of misinformation had built his case on moving goalposts and selective memory. He wasn't the defender of whistleblowers he claimed to be. He was the guardian of a narrative that was collapsing under its own weight. The clock kept ticking, but Schiff never pushed back, never corrected me, never clarified. His silence was the moment. You could see it in the staffer's eyes. This wasn't just another hearing. This was accountability. With less than 2 minutes left, I nailed the conclusion home. Schiff refused to let these quotes be entered into the record, so the only option left was to read his words aloud to the American people. Sunlight, I said, is the best disinfectant. Another political proverb, but one that fit perfectly. Lies fear daylight. Truth thrives in it. Schiff's expression stayed blank, but the damage was done. His credibility didn't just crack, it shattered. And when I yielded my remaining time to Jim Jordan, the room understood exactly what had just happened. The truth had finally caught up with Adam Schiff.